What's good, Liberators? Fingaz here, and this is Dx2 Demon Review, and today we are going to be talking about the President of these United States. No, I'm just fucking with you. We're going to be talking about this walking coffin here, otherwise known as the Reaper, Mott. And you might be asking yourself, why are you talking about Mott, of all things? And well, since I've been hoarding my Demon Choice files since they started handing them out, I was finally able to P3 this little bastard, and he can do some spicy things in Democalypse. So, figured I'd give a run through that and show you guys just what this little bastard's capable of. Now, let's start out with the lore. A god of Urgaritic mythology that is the personification of death and desolation, and is considered to be the lord of the underworld. He is also the counterpart of the head Urgaritic god Baal. Mott killed Baal, who never approved of him, but was killed in turn by his sister, Anat. Oh god, this is getting real soap opera real fast. It is said that when Baal was revived due to Anat's victory over Mott, Mott also came back to life. Now this is terrible. This whole description, not Mott himself, but this description. One of the main failings of this game is the somewhat botched localization. I mean, Sega, are you really so cheap you couldn't hire some English-speaking editor to go over your narrative here and just tighten it up just a little bit? I'm really not a fan of that, so we're going to do something unprecedented. We're going to go off game and check this out, because this is a much better description from the Megami Tensei wiki. In Urgaritic mythology, he is one of the sons of the high god El, and as such serves as one of the enemies of the weather god Baal, whose life-giving waters brought life to the land. Mott was the lord of the desert dryness of the underworld, and all that is opposed to life, and as such an antithesis of Baal. Some researchers argue that Baal's battle with Mott represented his role as champion of the cause of mortal men, whose divine aid was crucial in preserving human life. I like that description much better, and there's a whole lot more, but we are somewhat pressed for time, so we're going to get right back to the game, and let's check out his spirit panels and the reason for this video today. Panel 1 reduces the cost of Almighty skills by 1 MP. That's nice, thanks. Panel 2 adds Null Mortal. Okay, yeah, sure, it's a PvP thing, and Mott's not really shining in PvP these days, but okay, sure, that's great. And the reason we're all here today: activates the following chain effect. The beginning of every own third turn, receive 1 additional press turn icon. And press turns are the name of this game in every way, shape, or form. And this little beauty is why we're here today, because it works in conjunction with his natural skills. Let's check those out first. His unique skill, Harmonious Death, activates the following chain effect at the beginning of every own second turn. Damage dealt by the demon with this skill will increase by 20% up to 60% and receive 1 additional press turn icon. So for those of you who are paying attention, you'll get an extra press turn on turn 2 and turn 3. And also turn 4 and not turn 5, but again on turn 6. So if you have panel 3, that's the process you're going through. But if your battles are lasting more than 6 turns, you're probably doing something wrong. And if you level this skill up, plus 10 to magic, that's nice. He's one of my main go-tos for every Democalypse, so hey, more magic, it's better. And 10% to HP, nice, but for my purposes, personally, not particularly useful. So unless you're overflowing with Kasane Magatamas, leveling this up is not crucial to your survival in any way. Of course, I got Megadolon, the tier 3 Almighty Sweep attack, which that's nice. That's great. A little vanilla, but hey, Mahmudodine, the tier 3 Darkness Sweep, but he doesn't have a pierce effect built into him, so I generally avoid demons who sweep without a pierce effect, because in the current incarnation of the game. It's just, there's just so many demons with pierce effects that outstrip those who don't have it. As you can see, I've got the elemental archetype, which gives null physical, though all of his archetypes strike me as underwhelming, to say the least. And as a result, I mean, anyone you get, you can, for what I'm going to be talking about, which is a Democalypse, and all of them are fine. It makes no difference whatsoever in your overall score. And, of course, since I've built mine for Democalypse, Merciless Blow, and since my faction is doing the bonus round of fire for this round, I give him the element of the week, Trisagion, which is the tier 4 single target nuke for fire. Now, as far as brands go, I mean, you can give him life brands and just make him a stump for your press turns. I mean, he's clearly a magic-based demon, so spell brands are probably better off with divine brands if you're running him in PvP or PvE, because his skills take a lot of MP to pop off. And for the secondary brands, I mean, what depends on whatever you're doing. You know, if you need him to be faster, give him speed brands. If you need him to be more bulky, shield brands. Right? He is a very situational demon. There is no solid set of brands from, in my mind, anyway, because it just all depends on what you are doing. And since I'm just using him for Democalypse, he just has the best spell brands, and the secondary brands are just whatever has the highest magic attack boost on him that I could muster. As far as stats go, of course, he's a magic-based demon. His magic is pretty decent. 205, 225 if you max out the Mitamas. And as for the secondaries, I mean, he has a naturally high vitality, so I maxed that out just because I have an excessive amount of vitality essences sitting around. And the agility, this is one thing you're going to really want to consider, because you might want to play around with his agility a bit, because if you're running him in Democalypse like I am, you want him to go last. He is there to give press turns, 4 extra turns, to your 2 heaviest hitting elemental demons in the boss wave. That's his purpose. Now, he can hit pretty well himself, but odds are your other 2 specialized elemental demons are going to be hitting much harder. So you want him to go last. So you might want to drop that agility down just to make sure he goes last. Of course, you can always give your other demons lead brands to make sure he goes last, but that's just something you want to consider. And before we get on to the main event, let's check out his other archetypes real quick. And as I said, I'm not really jazzed about any of these, but hey, we may as well do a full deep dive into this guy. Of course, the elemental archetype, no physical, which, okay, that's fine, but anything that's going to be swinging on you these days is going to have a pierce effect on it, so it's largely useless. The origami type got Death Touch, almighty magic damage on a single target, heals the caster. It's pretty cool. Okay, sure. Now the protector, Judgment, almighty magic damage, power of 100, increases party's attack by 20%. That's pretty good. That's out of all of them, I'd say that one's pretty much, if you're running them in PvP or PvE, that's probably the money shot right there. And the psychic archetype, which generally speaking, psychic archetypes are usually pretty awesome for every demon you come across, plus 30% to max HP. Again, if you're running them in a PvE or PvP, that is fantastic. So there you go. But again, I only use them for Democalypse, so none of these play any role in that endeavor. And now I hear you saying, Fingaz, how can we trust you in this time of global pandemics and elections of questionable integrity? We need to see some receipts here. So why don't we take this bad boy out for a spin, and I will show you exactly what I'm talking about. Let's just pop on over to Akihabara. I've got this all primed, ready to go. Let's get some tunes going, and we'll go with the only redeeming part of the game Chrono Cross, which is the soundtrack. And here we go. And since we're here, I might as well shoot my mouth off about Fire Democalypse. And the kings of Fire Democalypse are Agni here, this little blue bastard, strictly because he puts his psychic archetype puts Auto Rotunda on, and also his Ignite skill, which triggers on turn 2, also reduces defense, and both waves of the Fire Democalypse will cast Rakakaja and increase their defense, so this keeps them, the first wave keeps there. See, there's the Rakakaja, goes back up, but boom, Ignite puts the defense right back down, and you get right back to work without missing a beat. And, what's his face? Firehair. Blue skin Firehair, Makalaka, Ramalama Ding Dong, you know who I'm talking about. He has a similar effect for the boss wave, where his unique skill drops defense where the enemy increases it. So it works out nicely. And here we go. Here we go. There he is. Makalaka Ding Dong. Wrathful Flame. Boom. Drops the defense down. Now in his first wave, he's going to cast Rakakaja. So Wrathful Flame keeps beating that back down. So All-Star. All-Star in the event. There's the Rakakaja. Okay, and now the fun begins. Here we go. Boom, 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 boom. Charge up. Harmonious Death. Extra turn. Boom. That's 4 extra turns for your hard-hitting demons. Now we nuke him into oblivion. Boom. Charged up Wrathful Flame. Defense down. And the bombardment continues. Here are the extra 2 turns for this round. Boom. Boom. That's big money right there. Big money right there. And if you thought that was good, well, we're about to do it again. Because this is what the P3 Mott brings to the table. Boom. We're back. Another 2 turns for your 2 hardest hitters. And you can just blast this dude into oblivion. And this plays out for every Democalypse. If you're struggling to get into that top 3%, to get that extra red beam, this is highly recommended. He'll up your score no matter where you put him. And this is why we're talking about him today, because he really is a game changer. He'll put you where you want. New record, of course. And I would clearly be #1 in my faction, but there's someone in my faction who shall remain nameless, Aaron, who's a notorious cheater, and I don't know just when Sega's going to ban her, but it should be soon, because I'm tired of coming in second place. So that's all I've got for you. I hope you enjoyed this brief diversion. I hope you're staying safe out there. And I hope you can get yourself a P3 Mott, because he is a lot of fun. So, until next time, keep your heads up, folks. Don't get captured.